Lang Wuji has devoted his entire life to hunting demons, but that didn't save his beloved A Ruo. She was poisoned by the deadly strike of a fox demon. The powerful monk Bai-Yun can keep the wounded girl alive for only 1 year, and during that time Lang Wuji must collect 1,000 demonic souls and find a phoenix feather. Helping him in this quest is the demoness Yao Yao, who wants to prove to Wuji that not all demons are evil or corrupt. When the Demon Hunter was first announced, its creators said that the plot was based on the works of Pu Songling, the legendary scholar of Chinese folklore who wrote around 1,000 stories about encounters with the supernatural. There is no story by Pu Songling with that exact title, however, which is hardly surprising. It's obvious that the screenwriters were inspired by his strange tales from a Chinese studio, in much the same way as hundreds of their colleagues. Traces of this author can be found in almost every Chinese fantasy film. Viewers who watch Chinese fantasy on a regular basis are unlikely to find The Demon Hunter particularly surprising, although it does feature a couple of fairly unexpected twists near the climax, and the authors ultimately resolve the love triangle between Lang Wuji, his beloved A Ruo, and Yao Yao in a rather elegant way. For the most part, however, it's a fairly average adventure fantasy built around the search for an abstract MacGuffin, in this case, a phoenix feather, and musings on the nature of good and evil. Are all demons really bad just because they're demons? It would be interesting to meet someone who doesn't already know the answer to that question in the context of Chinese cinema. It's hardly surprising that The Demon Hunter failed to generate much excitement among streaming subscribers, but the situation isn't entirely black and white. Yes, if you count every hour of your life and try to spend your free time only on universally acknowledged masterpieces, you're probably better off skipping this one. But for viewers who don't place unrealistically high expectations on Chinese online productions and understand the rules and limitations of the industry, there's plenty here to latch onto. First of all, The Demon Hunter is competently made. Despite its simplicity and derivative nature, the story is told clearly and engagingly, and the director knows how to present it in a way that keeps the audience hooked. The cast is solid. Julian, who plays Wuji, is known for several popular TV series as well as for portraying Hu Bai in multiple films from the Mojin franchise. While Sheng as Yao Yao is, as always, charming and appealing. The filmmakers also did a good job with the visuals. Yes, the familiar sets of the Hengdian film studios are immediately recognizable, but the production designers assembled them into a distinctive visual style, and the CGI is not nearly as weak as one might expect from an online-only release. The Demon Hunter is a typical example of Chinese online cinema, but it lands closer to the upper end of expectations. It won't surprise you, but it will entertain you. It won't change your worldview, but it will remind you how important love and compassion are. It won't make you want to return to it again and again for rewatches, but it won't leave you regretting the time spent either. A film one could certainly live without, but one that doesn't just kill time, instead making a sincere attempt to talk about something meaningful and to justify its own right to exist.